Hello everyone, I hope you're enjoying your day. My name is Jo Lineham and I'm Head of Assurance and Service Design within Cyber and Security Operations for BT Security. I'm going to talk to you today about my career journey so far and what I have learned along the way, including advice I'd give to my younger self at the start of this journey. So let's start at the beginning. So I'm from Hale in South Manchester, and growing up in the 80s, I wanted to be a policewoman, having always been fascinated by crime and security from an early age and wanting to be a detective. My earliest female role models were Juliet Bravo and Wonder Woman, but then, of course, my mum as well. I remember when asked at school age 11, what do you think you're going to be doing when you're 21? I thought I'd have a house, be married, and be ready to start a family. A career didn't really feature for me at this age. So if we fast forward to 21, and I graduated from the University of Central Lancashire with a degree in applied psychology. Human behaviour had always interested me, and it was a degree which I thought could be transferable to a number of careers, as I still wasn't completely sure what I wanted to do at this point. Although my degree doesn't seem to be directly linked to the job that I have now, it does in a lot of ways. I think the knowledge I gained throughout my studies has, amongst other things, helped me to become a more empathetic manager and leader of change. After graduating, I'd had enough of studies, so took a couple of years out and worked as cabin crew for Air Tours International, so I could see the world and earn money at the same time. This was a really fun time in my career, but also where I had my first taste of leadership as cabin crew number one and having to make difficult decisions under pressure. This unsocial hours, however, took their toll on me, but by now I knew I wanted a career in management to make a difference, really. So from here, I gained a place on the Sainsbury's graduate management scheme, which was the first time I'd really had to manage difficult staff who were also a lot older than me. And I did really well and learnt a lot. And after completing the programme, was promoted to look after bigger departments in one of their flagship stores. It's probably at this point that I should introduce my granddad. So he was my earliest mentor and biggest inspiration. He was a man whose family had to send him to work rather than school, and who tried to get into the army whilst underage. He was also a man whose philosophy was, well, if you don't try, you'll never know. Just why don't you apply for the job, attend the interview, and if you do get the job, then you decide if you want it. I've never forgotten his words, and in some ways, I think in these terms, it takes the pressure off in these type of situations. So for him, it meant he got a new job in a completely different part of the country and introduced wheelie bins to the UK. And then for me, it meant I applied and was successful in getting a job as a project manager in wide area networks and security at Barclays Bank. This was all whilst the other man in my life, my dad, telling me I wasn't qualified and unlikely to get the job. Barclays was where I further learned and developed my leadership and stakeholder management skills. And at that time, there were very few women working in technology, so most of the teams I led were generally male, which I've never personally had a problem with. A few years after this, I was transferred, as was my team, along with a wide area network to BT, or BT Syncordia, as it was called there then. And I've stayed ever since. As BT is such a large company with a diverse range of roles and opportunities, I've had a number of roles, project management roles, during my time here, implementing firewalls at customer sites around the world, in pharmaceutical factories, offices and banks, and learning different lessons with each deployment that I've done. So I joined BT Security around 6 years ago as a bid project manager, which is almost as long as the unit has existed. In those days, we provided customers with mainly physical firewall security solutions to protect their businesses, and cloud solutions were considered bleeding edge at that time. So as a bid project manager, I'd scope out and plan the projects needed to deliver the new service to the customer and document the risks and dependencies, and working with stakeholders, among other activities. So fast forward to the present day, and technology has advanced an enormous amount, and I'll touch on that in a minute. So my current role is Head of Assurance and Service Design within Cyber and Security Operations for BT Security, and it's a role that I've recently been promoted into. What I really love about my current role and working in BT Security is that no 2 days are ever the same. The only certainty is that each day will involve some problem solving, analysing, working to a deadline, or doing all this while at a fast pace. So my team, simply put, they govern and work on global security bids or new business that our sales team want to win. We ensure that we have the most competitive and attractive proposal for our customers, but all the while protecting BT's margin and ensuring that the projects and services we architect are capable of being delivered to time, cost, and quality. And when we win a deal, we hand over the resulting project and service to the cyber and security operations delivery teams so that they can implement them. So my team is based in the UK and India and is made up of a number of different functions that you can see listed on this slide. And they all work together as a team to achieve a common goal. So my accountabilities, I'm accountable for ensuring that all the winning new business, complex security opportunities that we work on adhere to BT Group standards and comply with the overall winning new business process, which protects BT. I'm accountable for driving a culture of continuous improvement across the team to help deliver excellent customer service and growth within a cost envelope. In order to perform this role, the key skills that I needed were experience in understanding end-to-end security solutions and the plans that underpin the successful delivery of them, experience of working across various customer sectors and understanding how security solutions can improve their business performance, be able to storytell with data and bring it to life, be able to build the case for change, draw on data and communicate this to business audiences. Business acumen involves understanding the business strategy and drivers of organizational performance, including people drivers of performance and financial literacy, for example, KPIs and business cases. And then finally, business transformation. Strong skills are needed in order to drive transformation across the team and also influencing the wider security delivery transformation. So this next slide will give you a flavour for the types of security solutions we sell in BT Security. And these are ones that myself and my team need to understand how they work and what business benefits are associated with them. So the word cloud in the middle is a selection of the types of solutions that we offer our customers, and around the outside are a selection of vendors that we work with to provide these solutions. In BT Security, we work with over 200 vendors and products are being launched all the time. So there is a need to continually learn and be au fait with the latest technology. And this is what I really like about cybersecurity. There's always something new to learn. It's never boring. Something else I'd like to call out is that in January this year, BT were named as a leader in the IDC, European Managed Security Services Vendor Assessment. And that report recognised that BT Security's capabilities, research and investment and collaborative relationships with customers, vendors and academia and follows the investment that BT made in the risk assessment company Safe Security and the launch of our Eagle Eye platform in 2021. So why BT Security then? So I'm going to use this opportunity to as a shameless plug really for BT Security. So this slide shows you our credentials and the number of security locations that we have. And as I said, cybersecurity is really exciting industry to work in. Cutting edge technology, and in BT Security we protect governments, we keep aeroplanes in the sky, ambulances on the road, the tills working in our high street stores, ATMs in banks, and indeed we protect ourselves within BT. It's likely that all of you interact or are protected by a BT security solution at some point during your day, and you won't even be aware of it. So for every cyber attack that makes the news, there will be many more which our analysts have thwarted and won't get a mention. And everyone in our organisation plays a part in this, whatever their role. It's also changed over the years, and so as we have a much more diverse workforce, I'm hoping that our younger generations don't have to rely on Wonder Woman as a role model. So it's all very exciting. So coupled with this, we are a really young and dynamic unit. For instance, the Director of Cyber and Security Operations has gone from an entry-level grade to Director in 10 years. So there are lots of perspectives out there. This slide shows the locations and the types of graduate and entry-level jobs that are available throughout the year. So next steps then, so learning. One thing that I've learned throughout my career is that you never stop learning. It's important to take opportunities that present themselves and be mindful and in control of your own development. Learning and development can happen at any time and doesn't have to be what you would traditionally think it should be. It's about talking to subject matter experts. It's about watching a 5-minute YouTube video or doing some LinkedIn learning on a topic that you know nothing about. And in BT, we have 2 talent programs called Accelerate and Tech Women, which focus on developing leadership skills. Last year, Sally Gunnell actually delivered some inspirational talks to these cohorts of people. And then if we look at the advice to my younger self, none of this is rocket science, but it can get forgotten when we've got busy lives. So my suggestion would be to take all the help that's offered to you and take up an offer of mentoring. Mentors can come from anywhere, but so be open to suggestions, and they may be for a reason or a season, as the saying goes. But you can also seek out your own mentor to fill any development areas and to help with that. I'd say network or collect people, as my manager says. Creating a supportive and varied network of people is invaluable for doing your current job and opening up new opportunities for the future. Be mindful of your career as well. Nurture it and own it. It might take twists and turns, but you really get out of it what you put into it. And so be active and engaged and use the resources that you have. Think about your development areas. These are usually the ones that you're uncomfortable with or you don't like doing or find hard, and push yourself out of your comfort zone. And then lastly, believe in yourself. Everyone has doubts or imposter syndrome at some point in their career. And if you come across this, think about the advice you give to a friend in a similar position. We're usually better at giving advice to others rather than taking our own. So that's all from me. I hope you've managed to take away something useful from my career journey story. But if you have any questions at all or want to know about any opportunities and what's available in BT Security, please reach out to me at the email address on the screen. So thank you for your time today and enjoy the rest of the challenge.